Right, I think I'm more or less done with this control panel. Let me show you. I've added the, I don't know if you can see these very well, but there's two stalks for the switches out of the front of the panel. I need to make some knobs. That's the next project. But right, so we have the first switch, which does jog and step. I don't have a step times 1, times 10 and times 100. I couldn't get it to work smoothly, so excuse me, getting over a cold. So I've gone for, in the first position it does jog velocity, which seems to give me nice smooth movement, and in the next position it just gives me step, and I've set the step to 0.001 of a mil, which seems to give me a reasonably good resolution. So I'll show you that in a second. Also, the next switch does X, Y, Z and A, and that works a treat. So an MPG on and off, perfect. So let's have a look. So we've selected fast and X. So in theory, no, hang on, in the wrong mode. There we go. That's the trouble with these stalks. You can't really work out where you are. Anyway, let's pick that up. So there we go. That's X, nice and smooth movement. Then we can go to Y, same thing, and Z. There we go, Z and A, which is not connected because it's round the back. But so let's go back to Z. Bring Z down. I'll just set this. There we go. Okay, now I'll have to show you this. There we go. I'll give you a close-up of this. That's one division on my MPG. So as you can see, that, and this is a 0.01 per division meter. So as you can see, it's quite large chunks. So if I put us into step rather than jog velocity, now I can, one click is pretty much on the absolute resolution of what this machine can achieve. So it's relatively easy, I think, to get us, there we go, absolutely dialed in. So I'm quite happy about that. Here's a quick explanation as to what these switches are doing. If I use the step and jog, so that's the first switch. It's only got two positions. It's doing step velocity, which gives us smooth movement, and then the other position is step, where it's moving 0.001 per division, which is pretty much up there with the maximum resolution of this machine. So let's go back to multi-step, and the other switch, as you probably can see, is selecting the axis, MPG axis, which is X, Y, Z and A. So X, Y, Z, A, and any one in between. Perfect. And the on-off blue button turns the whole thing on and off. Spot on. Oh dear, getting over this cold, and I've come back COVID negative, which oddly enough is a bit of a disappointment, because I was hoping that if this was a cold that was actually COVID, it wasn't too bad. So yeah, I've got that to look forward to. So I need to make two knobs for this. That will be the next project, which I'll film this weekend, and I'm chuffed to bits with this. The code is not perfect. There are some errors. You can still effectively select an axis on the control panel and the switches will tell you you're on a different axis. So I'm working through how to fix that, and I think what I'm going to do, see if this works, but what I'm going to do is, if you want to make these absolutely synced, you turn MPG off and back on, and that will then force it to read the switch positions and talk to Mach 3 to say this is where we are. I think that's a sensible thing to do. The other thing is to just crank the switches around and a place. You've only got to move one position, and then it'll pick up the fact it's moved one position then back, and it'll select the right axis. But if I don't get this right, we'll break tools. So I need to sort that out. Anyway, chuffed to bits. Thanks for watching. Really, I can't tell how chuffed I am to actually make a bloody control panel that works, let alone one that works really quite well. We'll see how well we get on with it though, with making these knobs. So I've designed them in Fusion. I just need to sort out the final tool paths, and we'll have a go. So see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and I hope if you do get COVID it was as light as my cold. Look after yourselves, it's dangerous out there. Ta-da!